What's up guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're working on Little Monster again. We are almost ready for a startup. I'm hoping at the end of this video we can get the bike running, even with the bad fuel that I got, because I didn't have any time to get new fuel. But I think I'm gonna start it with a more richer oil fuel, just to get it going for the first time, and then we can add the better fuel. Now I got some parts for the bike, a funnel for filling up the fuel, and some preparation stuff, some brake cleaner, some zip ties. But yeah, today we're gonna work on this. So yeah, let's make this bike look pretty again. Now there's a lot of stuff that we can do today. What I first want to focus on is the engine itself, the choke. I want to get that choke handle on there. Don't know where I'm gonna put it, but I'm gonna have to figure that out while I'm going. Clean out the fuel tank so I can completely mount that, so that doesn't have to come off anymore. And also do some other stuff, and then we can focus on the wheels. But at that point we should be able to start it, get a feel for it. Also I have to install a kill switch. Well, it's not actually a kill switch. There's a little switch on the bike itself that kills the engine. It's right under here. So I'm gonna have to wire that up. It's not too bad. It's just like one wire connected to the other, and then it should be go. It's mainly just a ground to the engine that stops it from running. So when we start it up later on in the day, we can kill the bike as well. But first of all, we're gonna take off the clutch, because there is something that I want to do to this clutch to make it even nice and prettier. But we're gonna do that, and at the end I will explain why and how and whatever. So let's just get into it, cue the time lapse and start working on this bike. So the clutch is painted just like the exhaust. I put it above the fire. Also, you saw me pull off the wheels, pull off the brake disc, because when I first bought the bike I painted this brake disc gold. In my opinion it looks pretty good, but the front one I couldn't get off at the time because the bolts are some like these. It's Phillips head, and at the time I couldn't get that loose, but now I have more knowledge on removing bolts. So I heated up the rim and the bolts came loose. Now why would I remove this disc brake? Well, it's pretty nasty, it's pretty dirty, and there's another problem. I don't know if the factory has a lot of money or whatever, or if they are not good mechanics, but you shouldn't use that much Loctite on something. One drop will do. I mean, when you look at the back wheel, it's pretty nasty. Now this is the brake disc side, and as you can see, all that green stuff is all Loctite. Brake disc is on there. There's a little bit of movement, but the worst side, I cleaned up the other side a little bit, but there's a lot of paint between it, and when I put on this sprocket it moves a little bit because all of that paint in there doesn't get a good surface. Now you could say my sprocket is bent, but it looks pretty straight. This is the flattest surface that I got in the shop. I sanded it on glass, so it's pretty straight. And when I put the sprocket on there, no movement whatsoever. So I know the sprocket is straight. Even with the disc brakes, they are pretty straight. Now removing the disc brake, the sprocket, and getting the wheel all nice and clean gives us some opportunities. I never liked this yellow, and I don't think it's gonna stay on the bike. I think I'm gonna paint strip it just like before. I'm not gonna paint the wheels because I have a little bit of trouble removing the tire from the rim. I'm not gonna paint them. I'm gonna strip the paint, the yellowness off of there, and maybe polish it a little bit or make it like a brushed aluminum. Now for the disc brake, the back one looks pretty good. Not a lot of rust. I mean, it's painted in the center, but the back one looks pretty nasty. So I'm gonna have to address that, but I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. Am I gonna paint it just like this? Maybe not the same color, maybe a different color. Or should I sand it and clear coat it? Now I know I'm not gonna clear coat this. I'm gonna do it just like this. Clear coat this center, and then it should look nice and pretty again. Remove every single stuff that is on there. For the sprocket, I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna clean it up as much as possible. I mean, it looks pretty nasty. I'm just gonna clean it up, get it all to a nice and shiny metal, and then just clear coat it. Of course, I can clear coat much more because I just don't need to clear coat the teeth. I'm not gonna do that today because that is gonna require a lot of work. I have to do all this, the back wheel, the front wheel, everything. So I'm not gonna do that. Maybe I'm gonna do that off camera, I don't know. Because I want to get the bike running today. I want to hear how it sounds. So I'm gonna focus on the choke cable. Also, there is gonna be a big problem with the choke cable. I mean, mounting it is gonna be a problem. Don't really know where it's gonna go, and even if I can connect the cable, but we will see. We will try the best that we can do, maybe get it under here or whatever, but I'm just gonna focus on that now, and I will see you when the bike is almost ready to start. So it's still a lot of work, and getting these wheels done is gonna be another step, but hopefully we can get a running engine by the end of this video. So here it is, all nice and assembled. Even the red clutch. It doesn't show up on camera that good. I wished it was a little brighter of red, but finding heat resistant paint with a color is pretty hard. You can only get grays, blacks and reds, but I'm pretty happy with how it looks. Now the choke lever, I ran in a little bit of a problem. I couldn't find this little piece to connect the cable. So I just put it with zip ties, but it works. So I got my fuel ready. It's time to start it. My throttle works, my kill switch My choke works. Now the back wheel is not connected. There's no chain, there's no sprocket, there is nothing. That is gonna be for another day. But today I wanna start it. Finally, we're gonna hear the new exhaust, how that sounds, and if it runs with the 15mm carburetor. Hopefully it sounds pretty good. But I'm pretty happy on how the bike looks, even the cabling. We are ready for the back brake. Don't know how I'm gonna figure out the front brake, where I'm gonna put that lever. Maybe I'm gonna have to get some different handlebars. Also the wiring, still need to address that, maybe shorten it. But yeah, it's ready to start. So let's put some fuel in it and see if she goes. Yeah, baby, she runs! Now there is some smoke right here. Of course, it is with the bad fuel, not really bad fuel, but more rich oil fuel. But she sounds absolutely amazing. It sounds like a proper bike right now. Now there are some problems with the bike, I'm not gonna lie. We have a little tiny exhaust leak. When I revved up the bike at full throttle, a little bit of oil came out of here. Not a big deal. There's not a lot of leaks and it sounds pretty nice. Now the big problem isn't at the exhaust. It's not at the carburetor. It is at the clutch. Now this bike was designed with minimal power. But now we gave it more power with a bigger car, better flow, better flowing exhaust. At least I hope it's a better flowing exhaust. Now what happened? The clutch immediately engages. Now this is not the problem when I start it right now because it doesn't have any resistance right now. But when I'm gonna put on the chain and the sprocket, there's gonna be resistance. So the clutch is gonna slip every single time I'm gonna start it at a standstill and the clutch will be slipping. Now this is a really big problem because the clutch is getting hot and we don't want a hot clutch, we want a cold clutch. Now there is a solution for this problem and the solution is to putting stronger springs in it. Now where I'm gonna find springs? I don't really know. I don't know any bike shop or whatever who deals in this kind of stuff, so I'm gonna have to go on Facebook and ask people. It's a big problem. I want the bike to be complete. I want it to be ready, so I'm gonna have to need new springs. So if some of you guys know anywhere where I can buy springs or whatever, or if you have some information about these types of engines, some brand of moped that have the same springs or whatever, better clutch, I don't know. Now the reason that this is happening is because we have more power. So the engine is busting out more rotations and heavier rotations with a better delivery of fuel. Now this makes the clutch go open and open, and what happens if the engine engine runs better and better and better, and the clutch keeps engaging. Now, to be honest, I noticed this problem before. When we first started the bike, the back wheel was always turning. Every single time. Every time I started, the back wheel started turning, and I had to set the limiter screw so tiny that the bike almost stalled, but the back wheel was still turning. So that was a big problem. I thought it was the tuning, but it is the springs. So we're gonna need some heavier springs. Now, the bike runs perfectly as it is. Don't think I'm gonna have to do some tuning, maybe some street tuning where I switch up or test out different jets for it. I got jets. For people who are wondering what jet is in there right now, it's basically the stock one that you get with this carburetor. I'm gonna put a link in the description down below where you can get this carburetor. But the screws are the same as my Piaggio Ciao carburetor. So no biggie, I got some jets so I can tune the bike when we start riding it. But first I'm gonna have to need some springs. I'm still wondering, where am I gonna get those springs? I wasn't thinking that I have to do that, but there's still a lot of stuff to do. We're gonna have to address the wheels and the brakes, because with that much power we need stopping power as well. Also, I'm gonna try to find this piece. It works for now, but it's not that pretty. Wiring, still we have to do that. Also something for next week, brakes, whatever. The wheels, I'm gonna remove the paint off the wheels. Also spray paint these guys so they can go back on there. Clean the chain. Do everything that needs to be done to get this bike rolling again. Because I want to ride it, but after hearing the bike run, I think I'm a little bit scared of it. Now, I ride big bikes. I have a Honda CBR 600RR that goes 260 kilometers an hour, but that is a proper bike. So I don't know how fast this is gonna go. I saw one with the same type of engine on Facebook, and he said it goes 70 kilometers an hour. I mean, 70 kilometers an hour on this little thing. Yeah. If I will be able to get it to full speed, we will see once we test it. But I'm not fond of it, but it's something we have to do. So that's gonna be it for this video, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. If you like this build, go check out the playlist. There's a complete playlist from when I first started working on the bike a year ago until now. And there's still more videos to come on this bike, and also the road testing. That is gonna be fun at all. So that is gonna be it for this video, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to leave a like and a comment down below. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and on Instagram. And if you're not already subscribed, subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate it, and I will see you in the next one.